Welcome, everyone. Today, we'll explore Jean Piaget's groundbreaking theory of cognitive development. Piaget, a Swiss psychologist born in 1896, proposed that children move through four distinct stages of cognitive development. His work fundamentally changed how we understand children's thinking. He argued that cognitive growth isn't just about accumulating more knowledge, but rather involves qualitative changes in the way children think and reason. Each stage represents a fundamentally different way of understanding the world. Let's walk through each stage and understand what makes Piaget's theory so influential in education and psychology. Piaget identified four major stages of cognitive development. Each stage represents a qualitative shift, not just knowing more, but thinking differently. The key insight is that children aren't miniature adults. They have their own logic and way of making sense of the world. The stages proceed in a fixed order. Sensorimotor from birth to age 2, preoperational from 2 to 7, concrete operational from 7 to 11, and formal operational from age 12 onward. Piaget believed that children actively construct their understanding through interaction with their environment, through processes he called assimilation and accommodation. Let's now look at each stage in detail. The first two stages cover early childhood. In the sensorimotor stage, from birth to about age 2, infants learn entirely through their senses and physical actions. A major milestone is object permanence, the understanding that things continue to exist even when you can't see them. Think of peekaboo. Young infants are genuinely surprised when you reappear because for them, out of sight literally means out of mind. By the end of this stage, children begin developing symbolic thought and the ability to form mental images. The preoperational stage from ages 2 to 7 is marked by rapid language development and imaginative play. However, children at this stage are highly egocentric. They struggle to see things from another person's point of view. Piaget's famous three mountains task demonstrated this. They also can't yet grasp conservation. For example, they think a tall, thin glass holds more water than a short, wide one, even if the volume is the same. Now we move to the later stages. The concrete operational stage from ages 7 to 11 marks a significant leap in logical thinking. Children can now perform mental operations, but only with concrete, tangible objects. They master conservation, understanding that pouring water from a wide glass to a tall one doesn't change the amount. They also understand reversibility, the idea that actions can be undone mentally. For example, they can understand that if you flatten a ball of clay, you can roll it back into a ball. The formal operational stage begins around age 12. This is when abstract thinking truly emerges. Teenagers can think about hypothetical situations, engage in deductive reasoning, and solve problems systematically. Piaget tested this with his pendulum task, asking participants to figure out what determines a pendulum's speed. Formal operational thinkers isolate variables and test them systematically, while younger children tend to try random combinations. It's worth noting that not everyone reaches this stage, and even those who do don't apply it consistently across all domains. Piaget's theory has profound implications for how we teach. First, stage-appropriate learning. Educators should design activities that match the child's developmental level. For example, asking a 5-year-old to solve abstract algebra problems would be futile. Their thinking is still pre-operational. Instead, use concrete manipulatives and visual aids. Second, active exploration. Piaget emphasized that children are not passive recipients of knowledge. They are little scientists who learn best by experimenting, asking questions, and discovering patterns themselves. This means hands-on activities, experiments, and exploratory play are far more effective than lectures. Third, scaffolded discovery. Teachers should provide just enough support to help children stretch beyond their current abilities. This concept, while more formally developed by Vygotsky, aligns with Piaget's idea that cognitive conflict, encountering something that doesn't fit your existing mental framework, drives growth. The goal is to create environments rich with opportunities for exploration and discovery. Let's wrap up with the key takeaways from Piaget's theory. First, children don't just know less than adults, they think in fundamentally different ways. A 4-year-old isn't a less capable adult. They have their own coherent logic. Second, the sequence is universal and predictable. While the exact ages may vary, Every child progresses through the same stages in the same order. Third, passive learning isn't enough. Piaget showed that children must actively engage with their environment through play, experimentation, and exploration to develop cognitively. Finally, the practical takeaway for educators: match your teaching methods to where the child is developmentally. Use concrete materials for younger children, and gradually introduce more abstract thinking as they mature. I'll leave you with this powerful quote from Piaget himself, which captures the essence of his philosophy. Education should create innovators, not imitators. Thank you. Thanks.